poppin', y'all? This your girl, Deidre B, and this is the hot spot. The hot spot. What's poppin', y'all? So for today's video, I'm gonna talk about some things that I have been loving, I've been obsessed with, and I want to share with you guys. So first and foremost, if you guys like crime shows, if you guys like being nosy and seeing other people's business, Live PD is the show for you. So it comes on every Friday and Saturday night, and it's live. Like, we literally get to see what the cops are doing, their routine stops that turn into, you know, drug bust, and then we can see like, oh, we just think we're gonna get a call about a domestic dispute, and it turns into something else, and you never know what you're gonna get. It could be a whole murder. And so the show just follows different cities and different counties and police officers, and we get to jump back and forth from each story, and we're like, okay, what's gonna happen? So the suspense is just amazing. But the show is so entertaining, and Live PD is it. I kind of think of it like a modernized version of Cops, but way better. So if you guys never seen that show, you guys should definitely check it out. They have clips on YouTube, and I promise you're gonna go down a wormhole from watching it at like 10 at night, and the next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. So that's just a fair warning. Also, another show that will just have you so captivated and engaged and just watching from clip to clip, episode to episode, is Chef Gordon Ramsay's Hotel Hell and Kitchen Nightmare. So let me tell you, I had no idea that Chef Ramsay was this guy. Like, he was the guy. Like, he did all this stuff. Like, I had no idea he had so many shows. Like, when I was googling the names of his shows, it would just kept scrolling and scrolling. I was like, this man is on all of our TVs. He's been doing this. So I know right now that he has, you know, Master Chef Junior, and Hell's Kitchen. But y'all, Hotel Hell and Kitchen Nightmares is out of this world. I am in shock while watching the show. I want to laugh while watching the show. I want to cry while watching the show. So you go through so many emotions, and like, yeah. You know, Chef Ramsay is the best, one of the best for a reason. One of my favorite episodes, let me just say this, is from Hotel Hell, and one of the owners of the hotel, she was also like the cook, but she had not really that much experience, but she had to do it because, you know, she couldn't really afford to hire somebody else to do it because of financial issues. The husband and wife who owned the hotel, they had to have their house foreclosed because of the husband's accident, and like, it was just a lot of stuff going on, and you could just really see the compassion that a lot of times we don't really see with Chef Ramsay, because a lot of times people just see him as, you know, this angry man that's always yelling and always mean, because honestly, that's what I first thought. I honestly thought he was like the cooking version of Simon Cowell. He also just has this compassionate side that we just really get to know. And you know what? This man paid for the 6 months in advance for this couple at this apartment, and in addition to revamping the whole hotel, the restaurant, and everything. So it's just really kind to see that. I almost shed a little tear. But no, those two shows, in addition to the shows that are already on air, will definitely get you hooked. Like, man. Woo! Alright, also, something else that I have been absolutely loving. This is a podcast, and if you're into crime, this is like serious crime, like takes you down true crime central. So it's called Crime Junkies. I don't know how I started listening to this podcast. I think one day I was just on Spotify's podcast and scrolling, and it must have been like one of the things that popped up. So I was like, let me check it out. And after the first episode, y'all, I was completely hooked. Every Monday, I'm waiting for them to drop the episode. So the podcast has a host named Ashley Flowers, and she has a co-host named Britt, and I just love the dynamic that they have, because Ashley is telling the story, and the way that she tells it is just so captivating and suspenseful, and then Britt is like asking the questions that we're all wondering, and then so it's awesome because you're like engaging in what they're talking about. Plus, they talk about stories that I never heard of that happened decades and decades ago. It could be about missing people that still have not been found, about murderers that still have not been found, about murders that were convicted and actually didn't do it and somebody else did the crime, and just families and serial killers. It's just so much, y'all. You're just like mind blown about all the stuff that's going on. And guess what, y'all? It was named one of the best true crime podcasts of 2018 by Rolling Stone. Like, that's kind of a big deal. This is not a joke. They don't just give away these titles. So if you guys like true crime, like all that kind of stuff, definitely listen to it. I'm so sure that it'll have you hooked. All right, so now we're gonna jump into shows. This show has it. You know, you just have to have it, and this show has it. Pose. So let me just start by saying I had heard of Pose a while back because the host of the Read podcast, Crystal and Chris Fury, used to always talk about it, and then two of my friends on Twitter were like, okay, so Pose is so good, and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and watch it. So I started watching it, and when I tell y'all, I was sleeping. I was definitely sleeping on this show. So I watched all the episodes of the first season on Netflix, and I was like, okay, I need another season. So when I found out that it was gonna be coming on, I think maybe like a month later, I was like, okay. And it's so hard for me to want to watch a show when it comes on live. Like, I'm so like, okay, I'll just wait till it comes out on Netflix. But no, for this show, I was like, I need to watch it when it airs. Like, I am tuned in, I'm recording it, but I'm also watching it when it's on. And so this show, the dynamic of the characters, just everything about the show is just so entertaining. I didn't know a lot about the Vogue scene, and I'm learning so much about the transgender community, and people's stories is just so impactful, and everything about it is just so it. Like, they have it, Pose is it. You guys are it. I really love the show. So thank you for being so engaging. So the new HBO show with Zendaya. I'm just gonna say one thing about this show. Zendaya, give her Emmy. And that's it. That's all I have to say. So thank you guys for watching this video, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Leave some recommendations for like podcasts and shows that you guys have just been loving. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you guys for another video. Bye.